We've all been told, find your passion, stay motivated, follow your dreams. It sounds good, but reality is different. Life doesn't always align with our feelings. Motivation, that feeling of excitement and drive, is often what gets us started. It's the spark that ignites our actions. But it's fickle. It fades. It's like a wave that comes and goes. Waiting for motivation is a recipe for procrastination. It's an endless cycle of delays. Think about a time you felt highly motivated. You were unstoppable. Maybe you started a new workout routine, excited to get in shape. You felt invincible. Or perhaps you began a creative project brimming with ideas. But then, life happened. The initial excitement dwindled. This is the problem with relying solely on motivation. It's unreliable. It's based on emotions, which are constantly changing. They're like the weather. Some days you'll feel inspired, ready to conquer the world. You're on top of everything. Other days, even getting out of bed can feel like a monumental task. It's a struggle. The truth is, success rarely comes from waiting for the perfect moment or an overwhelming surge of motivation. It's about consistency. It comes from cultivating something far more sustainable: discipline. Discipline is the key to long-term success. To understand why discipline trumps motivation, we need to delve into the psychology behind it. It's a fascinating journey into how our minds work and what truly drives us. Motivation, at its core, is driven by the reward system in our brains. This system is incredibly powerful and can push us to achieve great things. When we anticipate a positive outcome, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This chemical reaction is what makes us feel good and eager to pursue our goals. This dopamine rush is what fuels our initial excitement and drive. It's that burst of energy and enthusiasm we feel when starting something new. We imagine the positive feelings we'll experience upon achieving our goal: the pride, the satisfaction, the admiration from others. These imagined rewards can be incredibly motivating. This anticipation motivates us to take action. We feel ready to conquer the world and make our dreams a reality. However, the problem is that these dopamine spikes are often short-lived. The initial excitement fades, and we find ourselves struggling to maintain the same level of enthusiasm. As the novelty of a new pursuit wears off, so does the intensity of these feel-good chemicals. The once thrilling journey starts to feel like a mundane routine. Suddenly, the daily grind sets in. Obstacles appear. Our initial enthusiasm wanes. We start to question why we began in the first place. This is where discipline comes in. Unlike motivation, discipline doesn't rely on fleeting feelings. It's about commitment and perseverance. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to push through challenges and stay focused on your goals. It's about showing up consistently, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. In the end, discipline is what turns dreams into reality. Discipline, unlike motivation, is a learned behavior. It's about building habits and systems that support our goals, regardless of our emotional state. Think of it as the bridge that carries you from fleeting inspiration to lasting achievement. Consider the example of Olympic athletes. They don't wake up every day feeling motivated to endure grueling training sessions, but they show up anyway, driven by discipline and a commitment to their craft. They understand that consistent effort, even in the face of adversity, is what separates champions from the rest. Building discipline is like building a muscle. It takes time and effort, but the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. And as your discipline grows, so too will your capacity to achieve your goals. Section 4. Cultivating discipline, practical strategies for building consistency. So how do we cultivate this powerful force of discipline? It's a question many of us grapple with. Here are a few strategies. First, start small. Small steps can lead to big changes over time. Trying to overhaul your entire life overnight is a recipe for overwhelm. It's important to pace yourself. Instead, focus on making small, incremental changes. These small changes can add up to significant progress. Start with one new habit you want to build and commit to it consistently. Next, set clear goals. Having specific, measurable goals provides direction and clarity. It helps you stay focused. Break down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps, This approach makes the journey less daunting. And allows you to celebrate small victories along the way. Finally, create a schedule. Structure is essential for building discipline. It provides a framework for your efforts. Designate specific times for working on your goals and stick to your schedule as much as possible. Consistency is key. Treat these appointments with yourself as non-negotiable. Your future self will thank you for the discipline you build today. Section 5. The compound effect of discipline. How small actions lead to big results. One of the most remarkable things about discipline is its compounding effect. Just like compound interest, the small efforts you make consistently over time accumulate and generate exponential results. Think of it like building a brick wall. Each brick on its own might seem insignificant, but lay enough bricks day after day, and eventually you have a strong, impenetrable structure. The same principle applies to our goals. Each small action we take, each instance of choosing discipline over instant gratification, adds another brick to the wall of our aspirations. Over time, these seemingly insignificant actions compound into extraordinary outcomes. Section 6. Embracing the journey. Finding joy in the pursuit of your goals. Building discipline doesn't mean living a life devoid of joy or spontaneity. It's about finding a balance between structure and flexibility, between pushing yourself and giving yourself grace. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Find ways to make the process enjoyable. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. Surround yourself with a supportive community, and most importantly, be kind to yourself along the way. Discipline, at its core, is about self-respect. It's about honoring the commitments you make to yourself and showing up for your own life, even when it's challenging. Section 7. Join the journey. Subscribe for weekly tips and support. Ready to unlock the power of discipline and achieve your full potential. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter for practical tips, inspiring stories, and ongoing support on your journey to success. Let's do this together, every step of the way.